Precision, your local ag leader dealer, has you covered. From harvesting, managing, planting, steering, and sinking, Ag Leader offers a variety of precision farming products to improve your farm's productivity and efficiency across every season. Contact Jenner Precision, your local precision ag dealer, at 815-692-6655 to learn more.
WHOW Planting Reports are brought to you by our title sponsor, Apex Clean Energy, planting the seeds for a better future in Illinois. Whiffles Hybrids, your local Whiffles Hybrid seed deal and sponsor of our Whiffles Wednesday Reports. Baum Chevrolet Buick, where you'll find the official truck of our planting reports, the 2025 Chevy Silverado, along with Peterson Insurance, AAK Mechanical, and Longview Community Bank, all in Clinton. Maroa Ag north of Maroa, the State Bank of Bement, in Bement, and Monticello. Hennings Equipment Company near Assumption. Jenner Precision at Fairbury and the McLean County Farm Bureau.
News time 10 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Wednesday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 7 o'clock newscast this morning is brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and brought to you by Connexus, providing fiber internet to Clinton. Learn more by clicking their icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Here's what we have coming up for you in news on this Wednesday. Clinton swore in Mayor Helen Michelossi Tuesday night at the Clinton City Council meeting. Superintendents across central Illinois continue to weigh in on a potential cell phone ban coming out of Springfield in the latest legislative session in the General Assembly. And the Illinois Department of Natural Resources is training a Mount Pulaski native. That story comes up in news on this Wednesday. Helen Michelossi was sworn in Tuesday night as Clinton's mayor. She was the resounding winner of a special election on April 1st for the unfinished term of mayor for the Clinton City Council. With friends and family in attendance, she took the oath of office to fill out the 2-year term.
I, Helen Michelossi,
Having been elected to the office of mayor
in the city of Clinton, Illinois,
in the city of Clinton, Illinois,
in the county of DeWitt,
do
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
City officials Tuesday night continued their efforts to crack down on properties that violate city codes. And while to the contention of some residents, Commissioner Dan Ballinger implored residents to also keep their grass mowed.
Also, Bobby mentioned grass in our ordinance. This is just kind of weird he did, but we got to push on cleaning properties up around town. Grass is a big part of it. I drove around night, and there's many yards that are a foot tall. The appearance of your house, no matter how nice you make it, if you don't mow your grass, and that grass goes clear to the city street. Yeah, you don't own the property that some of it you mow, but it just makes your house look nicer. It's called pride. So I'm just asking everybody to try to get your yards mowed. We got some city properties we're working on. I got with Steve, and he's mowing them as we speak. We just did the brownstone. I drove by. It's taken care of. We got some others. So we're holding ourselves accountable also. We got Doc Allen's across the road we're taking care of. So it's not, we're just going after, we're taking care of our own too. So please try to keep your yards mowed up.
City Administrator Tony Harris also had an update on Kiwanis Park and getting new playground equipment installed.
Also,
well, Steve and I met the rep out there last Tuesday, I believe it was, last week. They made a site visit just to give us direction, give basically Steve direction as to grading and what all needs to be done in preparation for them to come out and do the install and the lay the flooring. Right now, we have an install date toward the end of August. We're working with them, trying to get that moved up. If they can spin up a second crew, it's possible they can get it done earlier, but there's no guarantee. So that's where we're at.
Also, Also Tuesday night, the City Council approved the appointments of Fire Chief Stephen Page, Assistant Fire Chief Dan Ballinger Jr., Sexton Cameron Wilford. Additionally, a new K-9 unit for the Clinton Police Department was approved, as well as water tower cleaning. News time, 7:15 on this Wednesday, pardon me. School leaders in Illinois are watching closely the latest legislative cycle in Springfield, anticipating action on a proposed cell phone ban in schools. Dr. Emily Widener is the superintendent of Cerro Gordo schools and notes while they don't have a hard cell phone ban, they do not allow cell phones in classrooms.
We have basically our students have their cell phones off and away during the school day. So not strictly like a cell phone ban like is being discussed. And then in classrooms, teachers have various ways of dealing with it. Some teachers have little cubbies where the students put their phones into that. Others, it just has to be off and away or, sometimes in the locker, that kind of thing. So for the most part, you won't see cell phones out in the classrooms at Cerro Gordo.
Like many of her peers, Dr. Widener hopes Illinois lawmakers would allow schools to make their own decisions.
I guess I would prefer that it be handled at the local level. I think generally that's what most of us would probably prefer, is that we get to make those decisions locally and not have something handed down that we're forced to do. However, in this case, it really would be kind of a moot point for us because we're already pretty much not allowing them in the classrooms.
With 25 years in education, Dr. Widener says you get used to lawmakers regulating a lot. While frustrating, she believes it shows how important education is.
Yeah, this is my 25th year in education, so I've been through a lot of presidents, I've been through a lot of Congresses, governors and things like that, and so have lived through the No Child Left Behind and different things like that with Common Core state standards. So I think in education, we get used to a lot of mandates and a lot of laws and a lot of changes, and we're pretty flexible on adapting to those things because we have to be over time. But I also think it speaks to the fact that we're so regulated and there are so many mandates for us that it shows that education is important. And people, our legislators, our politicians see it as a lever to improve society. And I agree with that. That's why we get into it.
Dr. Widener believes there is a balance, though, between banning cell phones and still allowing kids the ability to connect without it being a distraction. 17 minutes after 7 o'clock is news time on this here on this Wednesday. This morning in sports on DeWittDailyNews.com, Clinton baseball got a walk-off win over Central A&M yesterday at Clinton High School. A couple of home runs fueled a comeback 3 times in the game for the Maroons. Maroa Forsyth blanked Riverton in an easy 10-0 Sangamo Conference high school baseball win yesterday on the Ball Diamond. Here on WHOW, you heard the Lady Maroons fall in Central Illinois Conference softball action. A late rally by the Lady Raiders got them past Clinton 9-7. And again, you heard that action here on WHOW. An 8-run 4th inning propelled Monticello over Sullivan in high school softball, and Maroa Forsyth throttled Riverton 19-3 in Sangamo Conference softball action yesterday. Again, those stories in sports at DeWittDailyNews.com today. A Mount Pulaski graduate is working his way through the Illinois Department of Natural Resources Conservation Police Training Program. Noah Riedel is in the second phase of the Field Training Officer Program with the Department of Natural Resources and explains he is feeling right at home with his experience so far in Central Illinois.
So I'm from Mount Pulaski, Illinois. Grew up in Mount Pulaski my entire life. Went to Mount Pulaski High School. Graduated there in 2019. Always knew I wanted to have a job with these guys. It's the best law enforcement agency in the entire state. With that being said, I ended up going to Lincoln Land in Springfield for 2 years, wrapped up my associate's degree there in criminal justice, then went over to Western fall of 2021, where I got my bachelor's degree in criminal justice from there as well. From there, I ended up working with my hometown department of Mount Pulaski for about a year, and these guys decided to hire, so I put my application in, and here I am. So I've knocked out 1 of 4 phases of field training with the Conservation Police. As Noah was talking about a little bit earlier, I worked with CPO Longley for maybe about a month. Started field training in March. And I'm with CPO Workman now, working in DeWitt County. So I'll pretty much be with him, knocking out phase 2 of field training up until I go to the academy in June, which is the DNR Academy. So that's another 16 weeks on top of the entire training that a CPO has to have.
Riedel is passionate about hunting and fishing as well as law enforcement. So when he saw the opportunity to bring those things together as a conservation police officer, he had to jump on it. He notes learning the different rules for officers within the Illinois Department of Natural Resources has been interesting to him.
I can tell you that I'm someone who's very passionate about hunting, fishing, wildlife. I was very passionate about the regular police job, with servicing specifically my own community in Mount Pulaski. Being able to grow up there, give back and serve my own community was amazing. So I take everything that I like about the regular side of policing and then add it with my passion for hunting, fishing, wildlife, and it makes it the best job in the world for me. Sincerely, the best job in the world. Well, so far we've done a little bit of boating, a little bit of turkey season. We're in the third season right now. Mostly boats, turkey. We've done fish, being around Clinton Lake quite a bit. I think learning about the inspection authority. So as a regular police officer, you're kind of limited to your searches, right? So you're allowed for vehicle stops. You need certain probable cause to enter a vehicle. With inspection authority with the conservation police, when it comes to inspecting coolers, backpacks with fishermen, you don't need that same probable cause because you have an inspection authority. So it's been pretty interesting to learn that part of the job and implement that as someone who was already a prior law enforcement.
To become a DNR conservation officer, you must complete 7 months of academy training as well as 4 phases of field training. News time is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Wednesday. We've got plenty more to get to coming up on the morning show.
Baum Chevrolet Buick offers full transportation options while giving you peace of mind. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. This is what we do every day. We listen to you, give you options for routine maintenance, major mechanical problems, or collision repairs with a staff that's knowledgeable to find the best option for you. Baum Chevrolet Buick, your full service dealer. See us at baumchevybuick.com right from the start.
Experience the power of better connection with Connexus Fiber Internet. Connexus delivers ultra-fast, reliable speeds to keep you connected at the speed of life. Whether you're working from home, streaming your favorite shows, or gaming with your friends, Connexus has you covered. Say goodbye to buffering and dropped calls and say hello to fiber fast internet. Ready to upgrade your connection? Sign up today by clicking the Connexus icon at DeWittDailyNews.com. Nothing connects us like Connexus.
22 minutes after 7 o'clock is news time on this Wednesday. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast. It's poison ivy season, a nuisance for some, but more serious for others.
For sure. So poison ivy, whenever you get in from the woods and you think you might have had contact with poison ivy, get in the shower, soap and water, wash the oils off. So how you get poison ivy is from the oil on the plant. Okay. So if you get that oil on your hand and then you scratch your arm and then you scratch your face and then you scratch your leg, the area of poison ivy is going to pop up where the highest concentration is. So if you had it on your fingertips and you touch your arm first, it's going to pop up to the arm first. Then maybe in a couple days, you'll notice a spot to your face. A couple days after that, you're going to notice that third spot you hit. And so once you wash your hands and get those oils off, poison ivy is not going to spread. So just because you have the rash on your arm, it's not going to spread anywhere else if you scratch that rash and then like scratch somewhere else. You have to have contact with the actual oils. So if you are outside and there's a chance that you got in contact with poison ivy, I would just take a shower and soap everything, especially if you're someone who has a bad reaction. Wash everything. If you have long sleeves on and you're pretty sure it was just your hands, then wash your hands. It doesn't hurt even to use like a Dawn dish detergent on your hands, because that'll really help break through that oil. Make sure you get it all off. If it is just a localized reaction, over-the-counter hydrocortisone cream, calamine, those kind of things are great to help dry that rash up. If it's large area, maybe your whole arm, or you have spots all over your body, you can follow up with, local urgent care or your primary care provider, and they can definitely get you in and get you a prescription steroid cream, or even sometimes you need an oral steroid for a couple weeks to really help kick. It depends how bad it is.
Bethany Holsketter is a family nurse practitioner for OSF Healthcare in Godfrey. Looking for summer break reading suggestions for middle-aged children? Illinois Ag in the Classrooms, Kevin Daughtry says they have help on their website.
Right, and those have been vetted to have accurate ag and been peer vetted it and peer vetted, peer edited, that kind of thing. So we're really looking for those things. We're kind of the book experts. We're known nationally for books and book promotions. So lots of really great ones. My English teacher background, it's not the Dewey Decimal System, it's the world according to Kevin, because it's all these different categories, and that's where they've grown from. But yeah, it's a cool way to look at it. Thanks for bringing that up. But yeah, anybody can look at a great book to refer to your, I'm going to put a plug in for your local libraries. Go to your local library, check those out. We'll tell you the good ones, chances are they've got it on the shelf already for you to take and read and enjoy. Couple new ones coming out as well. So we're excited about the new books that are available, and lots of people are thinking about agriculture. We've seen more and more books with ag themes and accurate ag themes throughout the years.
Visit agintheclassroom.org and under Teacher Resources, click on Book Recommendations. Illinois Farm Bureau is planning another summer ag tour, this one on June 7th, says Illinois Farm Bureau Member Engagement Manager Ashley Bootke.
We are kicking off our tour at the Menard County Farm Bureau, where we will board buses and head up to Mason County. Our first stop will be Hodgson's Produce, where they will show us their ever-expanding greenhouse selection as well as specialty crop farms. So we are going to see anything from popcorn to sweet corn to peas, green beans, hopefully some pumpkins. Some pretty cool specialty crops that are kind of outside the normal Illinois agriculture box. So super excited to visit with them and talk to them about their operation and kind of what they do in that ag space in Illinois. From there, we are going to make a pit stop for a quick lunch. And then after that, we are going to take a tugboat and barge tour down the Illinois River to kind of see kind of a different perspective of what that looks like in terms of loading barges with the grain that our farmers are so accustomed to dropping off at the elevator. We're going to get the opportunity to see it from the other side of things as well.
To sign up for the Summer Ag Tour, contact your local county farm bureau. News time is 27 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Wednesday. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast. Time now for a look at this morning's obituaries. 83-year-old Margie Chapman of Clinton passed away May 4th at Accolade Healthcare of Pontiac. Services for 83-year-old Margie A. Chapman will be at 4 p.m. Saturday, May 10th at the Clinton Church of God in Clinton with Pastor Mark Cooper officiating. Visitation will be 2 to 4 p.m. Saturday at the church. Private family burial will be at Woodlawn Cemetery in Clinton at a later date. Calvert Funeral Home of Clinton is in charge of arrangements. Memorials can be directed to Second Chance Pet Adoption. 78-year-old Helen Jeanette Whitehead of Rainbow City, Alabama, formerly of Clinton, passed away April 30th at her family residence. Graveside services for 78-year-old Helen Jeanette Whitehead will be 10 a.m. Saturday, May 10th at Pleasant Valley Cemetery in Clinton with Ernie Harvey Jr. officiating. Calvert Funeral Home of Clinton is in charge of arrangements. Memorials can be directed to the DeWitt County Animal Shelter. 93-year-old Marvis Arlene McMahon of Clinton passed away May 2nd at her family home in Clinton. Calvert Funeral Home of Clinton is in charge of arrangements for 93-year-old Mavis Arlene McMahon. Online condolences can be made at calvertmemorial.com. 94-year-old Edith C. Huffman of Clinton passed away May 3rd at her home in Clinton. Calvert Funeral Home of Clinton is in charge of arrangements for 94-year-old Edith C. Huffman. Online condolences can be made at calvertmemorial.com. News time is 29 minutes after 7 o'clock here on this Wednesday. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks this morning for this expanded local newscast brought to you today by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and brought to you by Connexus, providing fiber internet to Clinton. Learn more at DeWittDailyNews.com. A look at planting reports continues next on WHOW. Later this morning, we'll have a look at sports. Clinton High School baseball got a walk-off win yesterday over Central A&M at Clinton High School. The details on that story next later this morning in sports. Maroa Forsyth winners yesterday on the Ball Diamond. Clinton fell to Central A&M in a game you heard here on WHOW in high school softball action yesterday. Monticello and Maroa Forsyth winners in high school softball yesterday as well. Those stories later this morning in sports. Get news anytime from your computer or mobile device at DeWittDailyNews.com.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Domestic air travelers will need to have a real ID